Welcome to the Unravel View channel, exploring the wonders of our world and beyond. 66 million years ago, dinosaurs ruled a vibrant and thriving Earth, their massive forms roaming across vast forests, open plains, and mysterious swamps. These incredible creatures had dominated the planet for over 160 million years, adapting to every environment and evolving into a dazzling array of shapes and sizes. They were the undisputed masters of land, sea, and sky. Giant marine reptiles glided through ancient oceans, while pterosaurs soared above, casting shadows over herds of plant-eating giants and fierce predators below. Life flourished in every corner of the Mesozoic world. Yet, far beyond their awareness, a silent and deadly threat was racing toward Earth. Hurtling through the darkness of space, a colossal asteroid, now known as the Chicxulub Impactor, was on a collision course with our planet, carrying unimaginable destructive power. In a single catastrophic instant, this asteroid slammed into what is now the Yucatan Peninsula, unleashing energy greater than 1 billion atomic bombs. The impact sent shockwaves around the globe, igniting wildfires, triggering tsunamis, and filling the atmosphere with dust and debris. This event marked the abrupt end of the age of dinosaurs, causing a mass extinction that wiped out nearly 3/4 of all life on Earth. But from this devastation, new opportunities arose. The impact closed the Mesozoic era and set the stage for the rise of mammals, small, adaptable survivors who would eventually give rise to humans. Today, scientists study the massive Chicxulub crater buried beneath Mexico and the global layer of iridium-rich dust it left behind. These clues help us reconstruct the terrifying events of that day and understand how life on Earth was forever changed. The story of the Chicxulub Impactor is one of unimaginable destruction, but also of survival, adaptation, and the birth of a new world. It reminds us of the fragility of life and the power of change. Join us as we travel back in time to witness the moment when everything changed and discover how a single event shaped the destiny of our planet. Imagine an object so massive it rivals the tallest mountains on Earth. The Chicxulub Impactor was a true giant, an asteroid measuring between 10 and 15 kilometers across, making it comparable in size to Mount Everest. To put that in perspective, if you stood at the base of Everest and looked up, you'd still be dwarfed by the sheer scale of this space rock. It was a mountain, not of stone, but of cosmic debris, hurtling through the void. But size was only part of the story. The Chicxulub asteroid was traveling at an astonishing 20 kilometers per second, over 70,000 kilometers per hour. That's more than 20 times faster than a speeding bullet fired from a rifle. At this velocity, the asteroid carried energy equivalent to billions of nuclear bombs, enough to unleash devastation on a planetary scale. The sheer speed meant that when it struck, there was no time for anything on Earth to react or escape. The target was just as important as the asteroid itself. The impactor slammed into a shallow sea where the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico is today. This region was rich in carbonate and sulfate rocks, materials that would play a crucial role in the disaster that followed. The location was almost a worst-case scenario, amplifying the destructive effects of the impact. Upon impact, the immense heat and pressure instantly vaporized vast quantities of these rocks. This released enormous amounts of sulfur and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, creating a toxic cocktail of gases. The sudden injection of these chemicals triggered a chain reaction, setting off a global climate catastrophe that would block sunlight and chill the planet. The shallow waters above the impact site didn't stand a chance. They flash-boiled in an instant, sending superheated steam and debris high into the sky. The angle of impact, estimated at about 60 degrees, was especially devastating. This steep trajectory maximized the amount of material ejected into the atmosphere, spreading climate-altering gases and debris across the globe. This was no ordinary collision. It was a perfect storm, an event where the size, speed, location, and angle all combined to create the most catastrophic outcome possible. The physics of the impact meant that the devastation was not just local, but global, affecting every corner of the planet. The result was a towering plume of vaporized rock and gas, shot high into the atmosphere and quickly spreading around the entire globe. This deadly shroud blocked out sunlight, plunged Earth into darkness, and set the stage for a dramatic drop in temperatures. In the aftermath, the world was plunged into chaos. Plants withered without sunlight, food chains collapsed, and the very fabric of life was torn apart. The stage was set for one of the greatest mass extinctions in Earth's history. The world as it had been for millions of years was gone in an instant. The age of dinosaurs ended, and a new era began. The impact forever changed the course of evolution, shaping the planet we know today. The countdown to catastrophe had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. The impact unleashed energy equal to billions of atomic bombs, vaporizing the asteroid and Earth's crust in a blinding flash. A crater over 180 kilometers wide formed instantly, incinerating everything for hundreds of miles. Mega earthquakes and volcanic eruptions rippled across the globe, while a mountain of debris shot skyward. The ocean impact triggered mega tsunamis, some hundreds of meters high, devastating coastlines far and wide. Molten rock and glass rained down, igniting wildfires on every continent and turning the sky into a broiler. For hours, thermal radiation scorched the planet, and smoke filled the air. Earth was plunged into chaos, fire, water, and earth unleashed in a single apocalyptic moment. The real killer was the aftermath, a global winter. Soot, ash, and sulfur blocked sunlight, plunging Earth into darkness and halting photosynthesis. Plants and plankton died, collapsing food chains and starving herbivores and carnivores alike. Temperatures plummeted by up to 25 degrees Celsius, turning the world into a frozen wasteland. Acid rain poisoned water and soil, compounding the devastation. The combination of darkness, cold, and toxic air was lethal for most life. The impact winter lasted years, pushing countless species to extinction. Earth became a world of silence and death. 75% of all species vanished in the aftermath, including every non-avian dinosaur. The giants of land, sea, and sky, dinosaurs, marine reptiles, and pterosaurs were gone. Large animals starved first. Their size and slow reproduction sealed their fate. Forests and plankton collapsed, wiping out ammonites and many marine species. The intricate web of life unraveled, leaving only small, adaptable survivors. The Chicxulub impactor itself was vaporized, leaving only dust and a massive crater. The age of dinosaurs ended in fire and darkness. A new world awaited the survivors. If you're fascinated by stories like this, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing science content. For decades, the cause of the dinosaurs' extinction was a mystery. The breakthrough came in 1980, when scientists discovered a global layer rich in iridium, a metal common in asteroids, at the KPG boundary. This smoking gun pointed to a massive impact. The Chicxulub crater in Mexico, over 180 kilometers wide, matched the timing and scale of the event. Drilled core samples revealed shocked quartz and tektites, evidence of an immense collision. Tsunami deposits and global dust confirmed the story. The evidence is overwhelming. A single catastrophic impact changed the world forever. The day the sky fell is written in stone. In the aftermath of the cataclysm, the world was a very different place. The skies were dark, the air was thick with dust, and the land was eerily quiet. In this harsh new reality, survival was not guaranteed. Only the small, the adaptable, and the incredibly lucky managed to endure. These survivors were not the giants of the past, but rather tiny, shrew-like mammals, insects, and other resilient creatures that could find shelter and make do with very little. Mammals, birds, reptiles, and even some fish found refuge in the shadows, hiding underground, burrowing deep into the earth, or seeking safety in lakes and rivers. These animals needed less food, could survive on scraps, and reproduced quickly, giving them an edge in a world where resources were scarce and danger was everywhere. As the great forests fell silent, fungi began to thrive, breaking down the decaying remains of plants and animals. Ferns, some of the hardiest plants on Earth, were among the first to reclaim the land. This sudden explosion of ferns is known as a fern spike in the fossil record, a sign of nature's resilience and ability to bounce back after disaster. With so many species wiped out, the world's ecosystems were left with countless empty niches. This opened up new opportunities for the survivors. Mammals, once small and unremarkable, began to diversify. They evolved new shapes, sizes, and behaviors, adapting to fill the roles left vacant by the vanished giants. Birds, the only dinosaurs to survive, owed their success to their beaks and varied diets. Able to eat seeds, insects, and whatever else they could find, birds adapted to a changing world, spreading into new environments and evolving into the incredible diversity we see today. With the age of dinosaurs over, mammals seized the chance to evolve rapidly. They became hunters, foragers, climbers, and swimmers, each adapting to the challenges of their new world. Over time, they filled every corner of the recovering planet, from dense forests to open plains. Over millions of years, these humble survivors gave rise to an astonishing array of life. Horses galloped across grasslands, whales returned to the oceans, bats took to the skies, and primates swung through the trees, each a testament to the power of evolution and adaptation. Slowly, the world healed. Forests regrew, rivers ran clear, and the scars of the past faded. Life began anew, more diverse and vibrant than ever before, as ecosystems rebuilt themselves from the ground up. The asteroid's destruction, while devastating, paved the way for the age of mammals. It was a turning point in Earth's history, setting the stage for a new chapter in the story of life. And eventually, from these resilient survivors, humankind would emerge, forever shaped by the ancient catastrophe that once threatened to end it all. What if the Chicxulub asteroid had missed Earth? Dinosaurs would likely have continued their reign, evolving new forms and strategies. Mammals would have remained small and nocturnal, unable to compete with giant reptiles. The explosive rise of mammals and humans would never have happened. The world would be unrecognizable. No elephants, whales, or primates. The asteroid was a cosmic reset, clearing the way for our own story. Our existence is the legacy of that ancient catastrophe,